This is our imperfect, but ever-improving, American propaganda machine. The rich and corrupt buy our politicians and fund AstroTurf operations like Americans for prosperity. Corrupt politicians rely on revolving doors and dark money for job security in exchange for loose laws. Traditional media behemoths control most other forms of media, like local news channels, radio, entertainment, and lobby against our internet freedom. Social media is the latest ingredient, the Wild West of propaganda. This machine exists to protect its members against us. Traditionally, that's been accomplished through newspapers, TV, radio, ads, and astroturfing, and it's still effective. Good journalism, whistleblowers, and independent media have pushed back and allowed us to regain some ground. But this machine has a new secret weapon. The people. We are being used as proxies, knowingly or not, to cast doubts on our friends, families, and neighbors. We do so against the institutions that have protected and advanced our well-being, like government for the people, science, and the free press. Let's stop and take a look at a trivial sample and how we can do better to counter this tactic in a way that is less divisive and more informative to all. Memes are candy for the brain. They seem harmless, but beneath every meme is a request that you put aside critical thinking and conform to an underlying message. They are effective at eliciting emotional responses. Quick jabs come off as defensive, and unfortunately that's sometimes the desired outcome. A longer appeal that is tailored for mom is noble, but usually ineffective. It's also a defensive response, but one that is even more emotionally exhausting and time-consuming than the quick jab. A better approach is to reframe the argument objectively and expand the audience. Snopes, PolitiFact, nor Wikipedia provide good starting points in this case. A quote website finds a hit. Scrolling through, there are many emotional responses and few informative ones, other than asking, "Did Churchill really say this?" Further Googling, while taking notes, indicate there's no evidence this quote is from Churchill. More revealing, historians suggest this quote contradicts Churchill's policies. There's no need to write a dissertation. We've formed two basic conclusions for reframing the argument in an objective manner. Thinkers is a free, open, and no-frills website that can help guide you. Documenting conclusions and claims in Thinkers takes the same time or less that it would have taken to write a lengthy, unstructured response to mom. Only now, your response can be structured, accessible to others, and allows several starting points that can be leveraged and built upon for this meme or the talking point it aims to reinforce. In this case, we're using the politics subsite, but other subsites are available or possible, such as climate change, nutrition, psychology, and so on. Next, we can group and summarize our conclusions in an article. The title of the article, its conclusions, and claims should all stand alone. It allows them to be applicable to more than just mom's fake Churchill quote. Finally, Thinkers can format our response for us with the click of a few buttons that can easily be shared across email, social media, blog posts, or other forums. Before sending our response to mom, we want to check any other relevant contributions to Thinkers. In this case, we scan articles and conclusions, but find a useful and relevant claim instead. Someone has already done the work to back it up with sources and evidence. We can check the quality of the claim, or we can leave a tip in the tip jar of the contributors. We can also select a specific suggestion on the page from another user. Here, we can vote on a number of objective qualities. If voting can't capture our feedback, we can also leave a constructive comment for the author of the suggestion. Or, we can leave a tip to thank them for their contribution. When we're ready, we just need to copy the claim and paste it in, and send off our response. We might expect some usual replies, denouncing our response as fake news. That's all right. To paraphrase Frederick Douglass, the goal isn't to repair every broken man, but to build strong children. We've reached our cousin and our friend, and that can have a positive ripple effect. With Thinkers, we can reduce the excuse that it's not worth it. Because the cost of trying is virtually none if we all combine our efforts to fight against propaganda with the power of numbers. Knowledge is power, and with knowledge we can take back our news and our government from the corrupt and return it to the people. Visit thinkers.org or our Thinkers for more.